Hooker. Dad's the pastor here. I'm a mom to a 2-year-old. I am a teacher in my day job. I'm fluent in sarcasm. And I work sometimes at the church in the nursery, and then I lead worship here.
Awesome. Well, I have enjoyed getting to know you over the last little bit of time here. You're definitely a blessing to our church family and in my personal life. So thanks for just being a transparent person.
Thanks, Nate.
Yeah. So we're talking about life groups.
Okay.
And last life group semester, which was in the spring, I really got to know you a lot more because we were in the same life group. We were in Hannah's. So tell me a little bit about your experience in that life group.
So that's been my life group for a hot minute now. Hannah, actually, and I have been best friends since 7th grade.
Wow.
And we had, some periods of our friendship. Obviously, I was in college, she was becoming a mom. So we had some periods in our friendship where we didn't talk as much, and then other times when we did. But I knew when she started a life group, I wanted to be a part of it because of just how much I know her to, be studious in the word. And also just her presence in leading things. She's very inviting. She has an ability that I'm trying to learn, which is that she can be direct, but it still feels gentle. So that is...
I think I'm trying to learn that.
That is something that drew me to that life group in general. And then just in continuing it, it's just been a really good community of women that I've now come to know from all different kind of social groups in our church that I've gotten to know now, and I want to keep doing life groups with those peeps.
Well, that's great. Now, before that, had you been in life groups before being in hers?
I don't really think so. I've had a joke about my Christianity gap, so there's that, and that's kind of in the time when life groups really became a big thing. I was not even with the Lord during that time period. So, but before that, I'm trying to remember. I don't really think I've had very many. Oh yes, I've done one before, and it was similar. It was a group of women. It was based on studying scripture.
And you find it valuable in your life? That kind of community outside of a Sunday service. Why?
Oh, that's a good question. I personally, this might be a little bit of a hot take, because I love corporate gathering. I really do. I'm a worship leader, so I'm so refueled by the times that corporate worship occurs. But in terms of my understanding of the word, I think that is always more impactful in a community setting where you're actually, instead of just hearing a preacher tell you the things, you're talking through them, and maybe sometimes questioning, maybe sometimes working through some doubts, maybe sometimes celebrating some wins that aren't public wins. So it's just been really nice to have that in a small group setting. I actually feel in terms of why is it valuable, it's it is the place that I've come to deeply understand the word on a Sunday.
Now, here in the spring and the fall, we do Bible study based life groups, but in the summer we've been doing activity groups, and you just ended an amazing one. Now tell us a little bit about that.
Okay. I'm glad to hear that it was amazing.
I thought it was great.
Okay, so in the summer, my vision had started kind of before the summer, before I even knew we were doing summer activity groups. I am a busy mom, so I wanted to be able to provide a resource for people who are always busy. So whether it was moms or not, just I know so many people in my life who food gets put to the wayside because we're doing thousands of things. But one of the things that we always have to do is eat. So my thought process was what if I had an environment where women could show up, meal prep together, and then leave with meals for their family. Because it's something that you're gonna have to do anyways, so why not do it in a community setting? So that was kind of the vision, and then I talked to Lydia, and it went from there. So I had a decent amount of ladies, and many times it was crazy. But they just showed up, and then I brought everything else. So they showed up, there was all the ingredients there, and then we spent some time talking a little bit and praying, and then going into meal prepping together. And then everybody left. If they became a part of it each week, they paid $35 a week, and each week they left with at least 3 meal type things that would feed at least a family of 6 or more. So
yeah, I thought it was really amazing. You know what else I really liked about it is showing the difference between the spring group and the summer activity group, being that, you know, you can have this great community and a great time together while studying the word and also while doing life together.
Mm-hmm.
And so I felt like it was a good kind of mix of the two so far this year.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think also there were a lot, like in my group with Hannah, my other activity group, there's an age range there, but it's not as far. Yeah. Whereas I got to, like, you know, we had some older people coming in and meal prepping with us, and that's cool because it gives kind of like the chance to have some cross generation things going on.
I thought it was really nice. Yeah. Cool. So this coming up fall, what are your plans for life groups?
I'll be going to Hannah's. Again, gotta go to my bestie small group.
I'll be there too. I'm looking forward to it. I know that you are as well. Was there a time last semester or maybe a time before that that really stood out to you in your times with life groups that made you think, wow, I'm so grateful that I became a part of this?
Yeah. Man, there's really been so many, and there's been so many for different women at different times, but I have 2 that stick out in my mind. One kind of happened to me outside of the small group setting, but stemmed from the small group, and then one was actually at the small group. The one at the small group was a moment where we were talking about, you know, something in scripture, and everybody was kind of like going around and talking about all the parts of like that thing and what it was teaching us. And like, meanwhile, I'm having an internal faith crisis because I'm like, this does not register to me. Like, I'm glad this is all hitting you guys. Like, okay, great. But like for me, I was like, this just like doesn't, like, I know this sounds great in theory, in concept, but like sometimes I really just be asking God, like, really? You know, like, really? That's a hard pill to swallow. And I remember being honest. I can't remember what the exact scripture was, but I remember being honest about that. And then that led to some other people, like Brittany spoke with me on that same thing in our setting of our small group. And it just kind of ended up being like a ping pong thing where a bunch of people kind of started being vulnerable about some of the parts of that they struggle with, like to the point of tears. Yep. I still remember it, and like it ended with us like praying together and laying hands on each other, and like me crying as well, of just like, this is a space where even the parts of scripture that are hard, because there are, like, if we're being honest, scripture is not all just like rainbows and butterflies and happiness. Like there are parts of it that require some really hard things for us to swallow. And to be able to like just express that in a group of women and not feel judged, and to also feel like supported, and then to still end with all turning it back to Jesus and like, this is a hard thing, but we bring this hard thing to Jesus. That was like a really powerful.
You know what I love most about that is because you're not being like directed by this person on the platform preaching and saying, come do this. You know, it was a genuine moment of vulnerability with a group of women who are genuinely curious and longing for a closer relationship with the Lord.
Yeah.
So to say that you felt safe enough to do that, I think says a lot.
Yeah, it's awesome. My second moment wasn't like at the small group, but came on stage on a Sunday when I was leading worship, because it was all my stories make me sound like, God, where are you? Okay, that is not my all the time view towards the Lord. But I was having one of those that Sunday, where I was still I was about to have to lead worship, like lead other people into the presence of God, but my head was very much like, Like, I'm struggling to find some things to praise you for right now. And I looked out into the crowd and I saw somebody in our small group whose life has been like totally transformed. Like, if the Lord wouldn't have done what the Lord would have done, and I know that from her testimony, like, their family would be wrecked. Like, they would not have a family anymore. And I'm like looking out, seeing the entire family praising the Lord.
Wow.
And I started thinking about, it still kind of like gets me. Like, I started thinking about the testimony of every person in my small group. And I was like, man, God, like, I'm not doing too hot in this season, but I know like half of these people wouldn't even be standing here if you hadn't have been you and showed up. And it like really encouraged me in worship, because some of the women in our small group have been like uber vulnerable with their testimonies, you know, like I know a lot about these people. But just seeing like their testimony encourage me to connect with the Lord because they were vulnerable enough to share it is also a really big moment that sticks out in my mind.
You know what I think's been great about that too is being able to not just spend like a season together, but you end up building life together as a group and you're continuing to learn more. And so in those moments, the Lord really uses what you've learned, you know, to benefit. So let's say you have this moment on stage here and it's a Sunday morning and we have like a whole section of people somehow identified as people who have never been in a life group.
Okay.
And don't really see that it's something of value for them to try to make room for.
Okay.
You have like 60 seconds to tell them the importance of community within the church. What do you say to them?
There's so much pressure now that it's 60 seconds.
If you go over it, it's okay.
Okay. The spiritual answer is that like God exists in community.
Yeah.
So like if God exists in community, does that also not massively indicate to us that we should as well?
Right.
The non-spiritual part of that that's just practical but has a spiritual nature as well is just like, why would you not have community with the people who are digesting the same things that you are in service, and a place to process them and a place that you can lean on? Like, we all need that. It's hard sometimes to lean on people.
Sure.
I think of your testimony of what you've been through in this season of seeing our small group like come to your home.
Yeah. What would I have done like if y'all weren't there? Really though.
And I mean, that's nothing on us. That's just like what that is. To me, that's what the Lord in community looks like, you know? But like that really blew my mind of like, you really literally couldn't.
Yeah.
And in the place when you couldn't, a community was there to hold you up. Like, that's important.
Yeah, and you know, I've never experienced anything like that before because I've always been someone that isolates. Like, I can be around hundreds of people and still be very surface level and never connect.
Yeah.
And so I think for me, it's been a really valuable lesson, experience on that. Well, what is the biggest thing that has changed in your life because of being a part of a life group?
That's a good one. I would say biblical literacy. That has helped a lot.
Yeah.
And the other thing would just be the ongoing support system of like, it's not just when we're there. It's like, it's continued. And I am a very community driven person, okay? I'm like, on a scale of 1 to 10 extroverted, I am a 10. I love people all the time. I'm fueled by it. I say all the time, the only time I need to be alone is in the shower and when I'm asleep. So like, I love people. But like, I have searched my whole life to try to find the community that I feel like I have in my small group.
Great.
Like, you know, I have memories of me and Charlotte like trying to invite people over and making all the appetizers and like getting everything ready, getting so excited that people were coming over for a ball game, and then like 2 people show up and I'm like, man. Like, just working really hard to try to obtain community, but never just fully getting there. But then like this community has been crazy because like y'all know me, I'm not even great with the group text. Okay. But like still every Sunday getting to connect with these people, and like when we do our little, food things outside of our regular times, like an ongoing community of people who I know are still like cheering me on and lifting me up and would be there for anything. It means a lot.
Well, that's awesome. Anything else you'd like to add?
Nope.
Well, thank you for coming by and sharing with us.
You're welcome. Thanks, Nay.